This is USA News Hub, the heart of American sports. Subscribe for power, passion, and champions. From unknown teenager to center court spotlight to a date with the most dominant player in women's tennis, just 19 years old, Victoria Mboko has turned the Australian Open into her personal launchpad. And now, the fast-rising Canadian is set to face world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka in a match that feels straight out of a tennis dream. Globe showing Asia Australia a star is born in Melbourne. The Australian Open has always been a tournament where new names rise and futures are rewritten, and 2026, that name is Victoria Mboko. Playing her first-ever Australian Open main draw, the teenager has stunned fans, analysts, and even herself, storming into the last 16 and setting up one of the most anticipated fourth-round matches of the tournament. Canada, who is Victoria Mboko? If you're only hearing her name now, you won't be for long. Victoria Mboko is 19 years old. From Canada, one of the fastest-rising players in women's tennis. A fearless competitor with elite power and composure well beyond her years. Just 1 year ago, Mboko was ranked world number 337. Today, she sits at a career-high world number 16. That kind of rise doesn't happen by accident. Direct hit third-round thriller. Mboko vs. Tauson. Mboko's breakthrough moment in Melbourne came on Friday, where she faced Denmark's Clara Tauson in a high-pressure, 3-set battle. Final score: Victoria Mboko def. Clara Tauson. 7-6, 7-5, 5-7, 6-3. It was a test of nerves, endurance, belief. And Mboko passed all three. Brain-mental strength on display. The match was tight from start to finish. First set? A tense tiebreak, won by Mboko with fearless shot-making. Second set? Tauson responded, pushing the teenager to her limits. Third set? Mboko raised her level, stayed aggressive, and closed like a seasoned pro. For a 19-year-old on Grand Slam debut, this was composure at an elite level. Speaking head, this is a dream come true. After the match, Mboko didn't hide her excitement or disbelief. To be here, it's my first ever fourth round in a Grand Slam, she said. And then came the moment that defined just how big this is. I've never played a current number 1 in the world. That's going to be a very different experience. Honest, humble, hungry. Stadium center court awaits. Mboko also expects another career first on Sunday. Rod Laver Arena. The biggest stage in Australian tennis. The spotlight that legends are made under. I assume it will be on Rod Laver Arena, she said. For a teenager who was playing ITF events not long ago, this is the definition of arrival. Rocket the rapid rise. How Mboko got here. This run didn't come out of nowhere. Trophy 2025 breakthrough year. Mboko announced herself to the world by winning her maiden WTA title at the Canadian Open, August. And it wasn't an easy path. She defeated Coco Gauff, Naomi Osaka. Back-to-back wins that instantly turned heads across the tennis world. Globe showing Europe-Africa momentum continues. She followed that up with Hong Kong Open title, November. Final appearance in Adelaide, January. By the time Melbourne arrived, Mboko wasn't a lucky qualifier. She was a player in form. Fire now comes the ultimate test. Aryna Sabalenka. Waiting for her in the fourth round. Only the world number 1, Aryna Sabalenka. Crowned the Sabalenka standard. Sabalenka enters the match as top seed. Reigning Grand Slam powerhouse. One of the most feared hitters in women's tennis. Her game is built on explosive serving, relentless baseline power, intimidating court presence. She doesn't just beat opponents. She overwhelms them. Cross-sword styles clash. Youth versus power. This matchup is fascinating. Victoria Mboko brings fearlessness, heavy ground strokes, athletic movement, nothing to lose mentality. Aryna Sabalenka brings experience, raw power, Grand Slam pedigree, center court authority. On paper, it looks one-sided. On court, that's where tennis surprises are born. Brain why Mboko is dangerous. Young players are dangerous because they don't know fear yet. Mboko swings freely, takes returns early, thrives in big moments, believes she belongs. And belief is the most dangerous weapon of all. Canada, a historic moment for Canadian tennis. Canada has produced stars before, but Mboko represents the next wave. Her run inspires young players, elevates Canadian women's tennis, signals global depth in the WTA. Win or lose against Sabalenka, this tournament has already changed her career trajectory. Direct hit: what a win would mean. Let's be clear, if Mboko pulls off the upset, it becomes the biggest win of her career. It shocks the tournament. It announces a legitimate title contender. It reshapes the WTA narrative for 2026. Even pushing Sabalenka to 3 sets would be a major statement. Mantelpiece clock: Sunday's match. More than a result. This isn't just about advancing to the quarterfinals, it's about experience, growth, fearlessness, writing the first chapter of a rivalry. Every great champion has a moment like this, when they first step onto center court against the best in the world. Victoria Mboko arrived in Melbourne as a fast-rising prospect. She now stands 1 match away from immortality. Across the net will be Aryna Sabalenka. The ultimate test. Whatever happens next, one thing is clear: the future of women's tennis just knocked on the door, and her name is Victoria Mboko. Make sure you subscribe to USA News Hub United States. More breaking news, more powerful stories, more champions coming your way. See you soon.